Here we go. So, in the 1930s, as soon as a bright young girl named Lena O'Malley finished school, she shook the dust off the Ireland off her shoes and made her way to New York City, where before long she became a successful acrobat in show business. Eventually, she returned to her hometown for a visit, and on a Saturday night, when the confession in the church, went to confession in the church, which she had attended as a child. In the confessional, Father Sullivan recognized her and began asking her about her work in New York. She explained that she was an acrobat, and he wanted to know what that meant. She said she would be happy to show him the kind of things she did on stage. So she stepped out of the confessional and within sight of Father Sullivan went into a series of cartwheels, leaping splits, handsprings, and backflips. Kneeling near the confessional, waiting their turn, were two middle-aged ladies. They witnessed Lena's acrobatics with wide eyes, and one of them said to the other, "Will you just look at the pennants Father Sullivan's given out this night, and me not wearing my bloomers." Now that's some bad luck, I'd say, wouldn't you? Our work this month is inspired by luck, research done by Dr. Richard Wiseman, which is laid out in his book entitled The Luck Factor, 4 Principles That Will Change Your Luck, Your Life. We're talking about one of the 4 principles this week, and today we're looking at the principle that says, lucky people turn bad luck into good luck. And you remember that air quotes around the word luck or unlucky, right? There's no such thing as luck, right? That she wrote a whole bunch of about it. The many times when we feel like Calvin or Mr. Watson, brilliant Calvin and Hobbes, when he was talking to his stuffed tiger Hobbes. I know you, Hobbes. Was that in what, Winnie the Pooh?
No, it's a comic strip.
It's a separate, yeah.
See, okay, now, okay. There were times when we feel like Calvin, when he was talking to his stuffed tiger Hobbes. You know Hobbes. Some days, even my luck rocket ship underpaints don't help. Oh, even my luck rocket ship's underpants don't help. I don't read cartoon strips that much. Lucky people don't rely on luck, rocket ships, underpants, or any other lucky charm. For that matter. They take what seems to be bad luck and they turn it around. In Japan, there's a common good luck charm called Dermadal. It's named after a Buddhist monk who, according to legend, sat so long in meditation that his arms and legs disappeared. The Dermadal is egg-shaped and heavy, rounded bottom so that when you knock it over, it always stands back up. Lucky people are similar to the Dharma doll. That was like those weebles that wobble but don't fall down. Okay. It's not that they never encounter challenges, but rather when bad luck happens to them, they are able to stand back up pretty quickly. We often say that these amazing spiritual teachings we offer don't change the fact that life stuff happens. But when it does happen, and we apply what we have learned here, we are brought right back to the center, just like the Dharma doll. The research Wiseman uncovered why this is so. The secret of lucky people's ability to turn bad luck into good lies in several areas. When we look at the 3 of them today, we will look at the 3 of them today. 3 ways in which lucky people turn bad luck into good. And then in a line of today's talk title, we will experience our own lucky charm. The first way lucky people turn bad luck into good luck is they see positive side of their bad luck. In 1995, a wounded 35-year-old woman named Annette Ben Tove gave an interview from her hospital bed in Tel Aviv. She had just suffered her second bus bombing in less than a year. "I have no luck, or I have all the luck," she told reporters. "I'm not sure which it is." That news story caught the eye of a Norwegian psychologist, Carl Halvar, from the University of Oslo. We have been combing through newspapers to glean insights into what people consider luck and unlucky when he saw that interview. Over the following years, he and other psychologists, along with economics and statisticians, came to discover a phenomenon they called subjective interpretation. According to the research, the key to our deciding whether an event is lucky or unlucky, good or bad, positive or negative, is a comparison we make between the actual event and the counterfactual alternative we are imagining. The people who don't feel lucky, and therefore have an ongoing series of unlucky experiences, frequently ask, "Why me?" In this, they are making comparisons to other people who didn't have that experience and how much better off they are. The people who feel lucky realize that they could have suffered a far worse fate. Both are valid interpretations, but the second one helps you to hold on to optimism, to feel the emotion of gratitude, and to weave a larger narrative in which you are the lucky protagonist of your life story. That's what scientific research has to say about it. What do our science of mind principles say about that? What we choose to focus on expands. It's not what we see, but how we see it that makes all the difference in the world. And even deeper and more important than that, if we see God, the source of life itself, right in the middle of any misfortune, we and it will be transmuted and transformed. We will turn bad luck into good. I love this passage from the Science of Mind. Perfect God within me, perfect life within me, which is God. Come forth into expression through me as that which I am. Lead me ever into paths of perfection and cause me to see only good. Let's say it together. Perfect God within me.
Perfect God within me.
Perfect life within me,
Perfect life within me.
which is God.
Which is God.
Come forth into expression through me
Come forth into expression through me.
as that which I am.
As that which I am.
Lead me ever into paths of perfection. Lead me ever to the paths of perfection and cause me to see only the good.
And cause me to see only the good.
So just for a moment, think about an unlucky experience you've recently had. Something big, small, or somewhere in between, and then see God in it. See the good. See the positive side of it. You will absolutely change your life when you can do that. That takes us to a second quality of people who turn bad luck into good. And I want to introduce it by telling you about two monks who have taken the vows of silence and celibacy. This is an oldie, but it illustrates the point I'm trying to make. They are standing at a muddy river ready to cross. Just then, a beautiful young woman in fine clothes comes up to them, also needing to cross. One of the monks, not wanting her to ruin her beautiful clothing, offers to carry her across the river. And so he does. He puts her down on the other side, and the two monks continue their journey. Hours later, the second monk says to the first, "I can't be quiet any longer. You know you shouldn't have carried that woman across the river. You know it's a violation of our vows to touch a woman." To which the first monk says, "I let her go hours ago. Why haven't you?" The second way to lucky people turning bad luck into good is that they don't dwell on their misfortunes. They let them go. I love this true story about a famous Italian composer who wrote a little opera you have heard about entitled The Barber of Seville. Have you heard of The Barber of Seville?
Yeah.
On its first showing, it was a complete and total disaster. Hisses and boos followed the fall of the curtain. The prima donna was hysterical. The leading man talked of suicide. When they looked for the composer and couldn't find him, they were all worried that he had destroyed himself. They rushed off to look for him and found him soundly sleeping at home. They woke him up and cried, "Maestro, are you all right?" The maestro replied, "I was having a nice sleep before you woke me." They said, "But the opera was a fiasco." Rossini replied, "Evidently, the barber is not good enough, so I must compose something better, that's all. We will discuss it in the morning. Please let me sleep." As everyone knows, the barber turned out to be an immense success and has played steadily for over 100 years. In Thoughts Are Things, Holmes writes, "As you learn to release all your burdens into right action of God, you will find that everything falls in its proper place. You let your problems slip away from you, realizing that a power greater than you are and a presence that is within you is ready, willing, and able to guide you in all ways." So are you still dwelling on an unlucky break you got at work? Or that freak accident you had? Or some other experience you have labeled as misfortune? Would you today be the day to leave it at the riverbed? If so, your luck and your life will change. And finally, the way lucky people turn bad luck into good is that they are convinced that any misfortune in their lives will, in the long run, work out for the best. And there's no better thought on this subject that was found in Romans 8:28. "And we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are the called according to his purpose." The key word here is together. All things work together for our good. Often our limited view of things renders us capable of judging current happenings as to whether they are good or not good. We actually limit the view of them, often causes us to determine they are bad, very, very bad. At the time they happen, it is hard to see any cosmic pattern forming. Yet, pieced together and evolving, these things may have a tremendous result which we could hardly foresee at the beginning or even imagine. Now look back on your life and recall the times when you were frantic over some crisis, when you were bogged down in some grievous misfortune that seemed to be the end of everything. Do you see how it ultimately served you? Because I'm here to tell you it did. Joseph Campbell wrote, "Opportunities find deeper powers within ourselves come to life when it seems most challenging." Remember this important piece of wisdom. In the end, it's all good. So if it isn't good, it isn't the end. So to recap, lucky people turn bad luck into good by seeing the positive side of their bad luck, by not dwelling on their misfortunes, and by being convinced that any misfortune in their lives will, in the long run, work out for the best. So I promise you your own lucky charm, and I'd like you to think of it today as embodying the good luck charm of the Derma doll, so that we don't need a physical Derma doll or a four-leaf clover or a rabbit's foot or a horseshoe or ladybugs or lucky fuzzy dice or any kind of luck charm to turn our bad luck into good. Do you remember the analogy of the door jamb I shared the first Sunday of the month? Okay. How the door jamb stands alone, stationary and strong, even though the door swings open and closed. The door may swing a little, it may swing a lot, it may slam violently shut, it may be flung open, but the door jamb just stays still. I'm going to give you a spiritual practice right now so that you can become a door jamb, or become your own Derma doll that may get knocked right or left, but that will quickly return to the center. We have 3 energetic centers, and when we are all aligned, we become our own Derma doll. So the 3 energetic centers are Daytan, In China, what is it?
Dantian.
Dantian. Okay, Chinese martial arts. And other martial arts describe it to be like the root of the tree of life, located in our lower belly, women 3 inches below your navel and back, men are a little higher. This energetic center has a frequency of creativity, intuition, and power. Second one is heart, frequency of care, compassion, and kindness. The third one is head, the frequency of intelligence, knowledge, and wisdom. Join me now as we go within and focus on the first Daitan. Tap into this energetic center and accept the gifts of creativity, intuition, and power. Next, move up to your heart and focus on the frequency of care, compassion, and kindness. Your heart expands, filled with the vibration of love and caring for yourself and others. Next, focus on your head and the frequency of intelligence, knowing, knowledge, and wisdom. Feel the pillar of strength in you, rising from the Daitan to the heart and then to the head. This pillar of strength is in you, through you, as you. This is your personal lucky charm. Take it, deep dive into it, and get ready for what happens next. And so it is. Thank you. All right, now we have Jeff. He's going to do another song. Where's my pointy? Aha. Good. Thank you, Jeff.
Okay, last one of the day, and we sang this last time I was here. I just called it the Spirit Song, but
I think they might have that one.
I found some.
I breathe in the spirit.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Oh boy! Woohoo! We win.
No more solos.
I love those solos. I'm just not ready for them. Or I'm ready for them, but practice always makes better. So, all right. So this is the tune is pretty simple. So I'm just going to run through the tune so we get an idea in your head what it sounds like. Okay? Kind of got that? All right. So, I believe in spirit, spirit lives in me. I breathe in the spirit, breathing naturally. I walk with the spirit, spirit walks with me. I walk with the spirit, walking naturally. I talk to the spirit, spirit talks to me. I talk to the spirit, talking naturally. I think with the spirit, spirit thinks with me. I think with the spirit, thinking naturally. I live with the spirit, spirit lives with me. I live with the spirit, living naturally. Spirit's all around us, spirit through and through. Spirit's all around us, this I know is true.
Yay! Okay, back up, Mom.
Okay. Oops. Stuff.
I know. Sorry. There you are.
Okay. Well, I'm
Vision
way
statement.
at the bottom.
Center for spiritual living,
Grow and thrive in its graceful service for the highest good of all.
Okay, our prosperity information. As I give
Thanks.
thanks for good now, flowing into my life.
I gladly share the good with others. The more I give, the more I receive, and my cup runneth over.
I exist in limitless possibilities. All right.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I am. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that you are. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
Okay. We bless these gifts, honoring the love, trust, and support in which they are given. We pledge to use these contributions wisely to fulfill our sinner's mission to awaken humanity and its spiritual magnificence in order to create a world that works for everyone. All right, Mommy, do you like the candles? Can we say our benediction together? We give thanks that in every day and every way we are clear and more abundant expressions of universal love, energy, and creativity. Closing prayer. The light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is good. All is well. There we go. Okay, together? Ready?
That's all right. That's all right.
Okay, Jeff?
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
This is a day the Lord has made. Let us all rejoice and be glad in it. In each day, a new beginning that allows me to awaken to the divine within and accept the gifts already given. I keep my thoughts focused on my desire to experience, and I am grateful for all the good in my life. Yay!
So it is.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, everybody.
Huh? Power.
Kristen Rich go out of town.
Oh yeah, that was funny. I just talked to her before service.